Hey guys, Tony Porter, Cards and Dice TV. We're playing a little fall classic baseball. Check out my Here's the Pitch 73 World Series. Love to play the 73 World Series with fall classic baseball. All right, let's do this. And I got a Stratomatic Ryan mini replay that I'm doing, the first 5 games of Ryan using the classic 74 cards. And here's Chris Sabo against David Cone. We're June 30th, 1990. This is my fall classic 1990 replay. Sabo, Larkin, Davis, O'Neill, Morris, Griffey, and Duncan, Reed, and Armstrong. Armstrong's an A pitcher today, having a pretty good season. For the Mets at Shea, it's Miller, Magadan, and Jeffries, Strawberry, Johnson, and Carrion. And it's going to be Sasser, Elster, and David Cone. Here's the pitch from Cone. He's an A as well. Oh, and we're going to get rid of that, and we're going to throw one of these in. So it's a 24, and he is a -3, so that's a 1, and it's okay. It's a 16. That's bounced to short, picked up by the shortstop Elster over to first, and in time to get Sabo, went away. Here's Barry Larkin, and that's going to be an error check on the third baseman. Third baseman is Hojo, and let me just look at him here, probably faster than looking. Hojo at third base is an 11 error, but I rolled a 20, so that's a ball that he can handle. And he throws out Larkin. 2 away, and here's Eric Davis. A 44, that is line for a base hit single, 2-out single for Davis to center field, played on a hop by the center fielder, Keith Miller. So O'Neill now, here's a pitch, and that's a 52. That's another error check with a 17, and that's on the center fielder. Center fielder is Keith Miller. His center field rating is a 6, and that's a ball that he runs down to retire the side. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left. We go to the bottom of the first. Here's Keith Miller leading off. The pitch from Armstrong is a 32, and that's going to be a fly ball in the left center field gap, and chasing it is left fielder Griffey, and Griffey runs it down. 1 away. Dave Magadan is next with a 66, and that's a drive, and that's over the center fielder's head. Eric Davis plays it off the base of the wall. Digging for second is Magadan. Here's the throw, the tag, and he is safe with a 1-out double. Dave Magadan gets a hold of one. He did bat .330 that season. Had an outstanding season replacing Keith Hernandez. Next is Greg Jeffries. And that's a 55, and he's going to get a hold of one. That's into the corner. That's going to be a double and an RBI double for Jeffries. So back-to-back doubles, kind of repeat of, I think it was game 1, I believe. They hit back-to-back doubles for a run early. So they're getting to Armstrong here with back-to-back doubles, and here's Darryl Strawberry. Always dangerous, hit 37 home runs. Here's the pitch, 64, and that's going to be a ground ball to the first baseman. Moving to third is Jeffries. So that's 2 away now. And here's Hojo. Switch hitter is going to bat from the left side. Here's the pitch to Hojo, a 41. That's ball 4. Hojo walks. Good patience. That puts runners on first and third. And here's Mark Carrion. Carrion batted 250. 100, almost, well, he had 200 bats. Played about half the season, 82 games. So Armstrong checks in with Reed, and he sets and deals. And that's a 15, which will be a fly ball center field. Can of corn for the center fielder, Davis, that retires his side. So 1 run on 2 hits. They leave a couple. We go to the top of the second. 1-0 Mets at Shea Stadium. Here's Hal Morris. He's a lefty hitter. At 24 is a fly ball to right. Right fielder Strawberry under it, squeezes it for the out, and Ken Griffey's up. He's a left-handed hitter with a 16, and he will line it, and caught by the shortstop Elster. He went up for it and brought it down, snow cone, and 2 outs, and Mariano Duncan, and he drives one. That's going to be split the outfield and roll to the wall, digging for second, and Duncan's in with a double. Here's Jeff Reed, left-handed hitter against David Cone, who checks in with Sasser, and he likes what he sees. Here's the pitch, and that is a 25 against a righty. That's a bouncing ball, and that's through. Will that score the run? We pull a card, and it says second base, A and S can risk the left fielder's arm. Carrion. Let's see what kind of arm Carrion has. Carrion has, I have my chart somewhere. I should look at that. Carrion has an A arm in left field. So I can risk, and I'm with 2 outs, I'm going to risk Duncan. What is Duncan? So 1-3, he will be out, and he is safe at home. And Reed is he fast or slow? He is at wait a second. Reed is slow, so he will hold up. He will not take the extra base. That's how I do it. And Jack Armstrong, the game is tied at 1. Here's the pitch to Armstrong, and that is a 31, a bouncer, and that's a base hit. Gets through the infield, and an F goes to third, and A with 2 outs goes to third, but he is S, so he will stop at second, first and second. 3 consecutive hits with 2 outs against David Cone, and here brings up the big boppers, Chris Sabo. Here's the pitch, and that's a 62. Struck him out, and that retires his side. But they do pick up a run on 3 hits. The game is tied at 1 apiece here, going into the bottom of the second inning. Mackey Sasser. Always struggled not calling him Mickey. Mackey Sasser. Let's do it. Jack Armstrong, 23-17, cracks one to left field. Right there is Griffey. Oh, wrong place. 1 away. Next is Kevin Elster. Elster, I think it was game 1, had a big bases loaded double 44, and that's for ball 4. He walks, and he's going to have a chance for a stolen base. There he goes, and he is out. Oh no, he is safe with a 20. He was not thrown out. He was 2 for 2, so he steals the base. So Kevin Elster with a single and a stolen base, and that brings up Cone. Cone will bat, and a 46 with a 7. That's a foul ball. Again, the pitch from Armstrong, a 64. No, it's not a strikeout. It's a bouncer to second base. That will move the runner up to third. So now we got 2 outs, and Elster's on at third base with Keith Miller. Keith Miller batted .258, 230 at bats. Here's the pitch, a 56. Strike 3. Got him looking. No runs, no hits, so walk, 1 left. We go top of the third. Barry Larkin leading off. He grounded out in the first inning. David Cone checks in with Sasser. He winds and deals, and a 34 is going to be a ground ball to third, picked up by, who's that, Magadan at third? No, Johnson over to first, and in time. 1 down. Here's Eric Davis is next with a 44, and he lines one in the gap. That's going to split the outfield's roll to the wall. It takes a wicked bounce, and Davis is going to try for 3. Here's the relay, and he is safe at third with a 1-out triple. Eric Davis got a hold of one and got a little help with a wicked bounce off the wall here at Shea Stadium, and it's going to be Paul O'Neill now. They're going to bring the infield in. Here's the pitch, and that's a 31. That's a bouncing ball, and that's through into right field, base hit. And now it's Hal Morris with a runner on first, RBI single, 2-1 now. Reds, and a 53 with a 1, struck him out, 2 outs. So that's a range check, but with the KD, that's a strikeout. And here is Ken Griffey, 2 outs, 1 on, and David Cone, and he pitches from the stretch, 34, and that will be a fly ball center field to end the inning. So 1 run on 2 hits. The Reds lead at 2-1. We go to the bottom of the third. Here's Dave Magadan. Here's a pitch. It's a 34, and that will be a ground ball and through the right side for a base hit. So a leadoff single for Magadan. Jeffries, who's a hit and run guy, we will be hit and running with him. I just need that little chart. Hold on, there it is. Okay, got a lot of stuff here. Playing a lot of different games. Okay, recovering from hip surgery. 54. That's a 54. That's a wild pitch check, most likely, and it is with a 9. And Armstrong lets one fly, and that's going to go back to the backstop for a wild pitch. Jeffries now at second base. Here it is. Oh, wait, actually a 54. Hold on a second. I had a hit and run going on. That's going to be a pop-up unless he's an A. He bounces out to second base. So that was my mistake. So it's a ground ball to second because Jeffries is a good hit and run guy. So that puts runners on second. No wild pitch. And here's the pitch to Strawberry at 23. Strike 3, and got Strawberry. Big swing by the straw man, and here's Hojo batting lefty with a 55, and that's going to be a drive in the gap, and that's going to split the outfields, roll to the wall. This game is tied. Coming around to score is Maggott, and going into second base is Howard Johnson with a 2-run double. An RBI double, a 2-out RBI double. Game is tied at 2 apiece. Bottom of the third. Reds replay. Reds versus Mets at Shea Stadium. Here's Mark Carrion, the pitch from Armstrong at 21. Strike 3. And Mark Carrion doesn't like the call. All right. That ends the inning. They come up with a run on 2 hits, all tied at 2. We go to the top of the fourth. Mariano Duncan, who doubled. Here's the pitch from Cone, and Cone with a 66, and he's going to get a hold of another one, and that's way back to left field. If it stays fair, it's gone, and that's a home run. Mariano Duncan. Boy, this guy can hit. He did that 300 that season. And here's Jeff Reed, the pitch, 51 with a 1, strike 3. Reed gets called out on strikes, and next is Armstrong, pitch from Cone with a 33, and that's a strikeout. Back-to-back Ks for Cone. 2 out, 3-2 Reds. And next is Sabo with a 26, and against a lefty, that's a single. Otherwise, it's a fly to right to end the inning. So 1 run on 1 hit, the solo home run by Mariano Duncan. Go to the bottom of the fourth. Sasser leads off against Jack Armstrong, 22, and that's going to be line base hit to center field off the bat of Mackie Sasser. He sends a rope to right center field. Here is Kevin Elster. You know what? He's going to swing away, and that's a 54. We're going to check that wild pitch opportunity with a 6. And I got to check the pass ball of Jeff Reed. Oof. Hold on a second. Let me grab Reed. And a pass ball rating of Reed is 1-2, so that will be a wild pitch. So there is a wild pitch this time. Kevin Elster with a runner on second. Here's a pitch from Armstrong, and it's a 62, and that's a strike 3 and 1 away. Next is David Cone. Pitch to Cone with a 13, and that will be a ground ball to, he's a lefty, it'll be a ground ball to first. Runner will move up to third. And it's Keith Miller with 2 out, 1 on, the tying run at third base. The pitch from Armstrong, and that's going to be a 36, which will be an out, will be a fly ball, center field. Right there is Davis, and that retires the side. Top of the fifth, here we come, 3-2. The Reds lead it. Barry Larkin. It's going to be Larkin, Davis, and O'Neill. Here's the pitch from Cone. It's a 61, and that's strike 3. Larkin. He's 0 for 3 today. Next is Eric Davis, who's 2 for 2, a single and a triple. Here's the pitch, and that's a 53 with a 9. Now that's going to be a range check to the left fielder. Left fielder is Carrion, Mark Carrion. And Mark Carrion in left field is a 12, and he runs it down, chases it, and makes a nice running catch. So an F7 to Rob Davis of a hit. And next is Paul O'Neill with 2 outs. And the pitch to O'Neill, it's a 45, and that will be a strikeout. How many strikeouts is that? 4, 5, 6. 6 strikeouts for Coney. No runs, no hits. No runs, 1 hit. And we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Dave Maggott leads off. Pitch from Armstrong, and that's a 44. That should be line base hit to center. So he's 3 for 3. Greg Jeffries, again, a hit and run guy, and he's gonna try it again. There goes a runner, and that's going to be a 9, a 36. A 9 is a ground ball to second. So that will move the runner up. Next is Darryl Strawberry, runner on second. Here's the pitch from Armstrong, and that's going to be, that's cocked eye. We're going to do it again. And that's going to be a 42, which will be ball 4. So Strawberry walks. Armstrong's very careful pitching to Strawberry because with 1 swing of the bat, Strawberry having a tremendous season power-wise. So it's first and second, 1 out. Howard Johnson now, switch hitter. Here's the pitch from Armstrong. And that's going to be, an error check. An error check on the second baseman. An 8 seems too high. And let's see. What do we wrote? an 8. It was on the second baseman of 52. Hold on a second. What am I looking for? I'm looking at the second baseman, Duncan. And Duncan, I believe, is a 7 at second base, and he is a 7. So that will be a fielder's choice, 4-6 fielder's choice. So runners on first and third. And it's Mark Carrion. So this is a big batter, first and third. The Reds lead at 3-2. The tying run at third base. They're 2 outs. Mark Carrion, who's 0 for 2. He's flat out and he's struck out. Jack Armstrong checks in with Jeff Reed. Likes what he sees. Here's the pitch, and a 22 will be a fly ball to right. And will O'Neill, who's in right? O'Neill, will he get to it? Yes, O'Neill. Nice running catch. No runs, 1 hit, 2 left. And we go to the top of the 6th inning. Hal Morris leads off against David Cone. Here's a pitch, and it's a 45, which will be a strikeout. That's number 7 for Coney. Next is Griffey with a 46 and a 4. That's a drive in the gap. That's going to split the outfielders and roll to the wall. Digging for second is Griffey. Gets in there standing up. So it's a 1-out double. Here's Mariano Duncan. Here's the pitch. Duncan is 2 for 2 with a double. He's going to make an out here. It's going to be a ground ball to short. They look the runner back, but no, he heads there, but they're going to throw to first. So it's a advance on a ground ball to short. It doesn't happen very often. It happens 1 out of 10 times. Happened there. Jeff Reed with a run. Now we could walk, but they'll probably bring in a pinch hitter for the pitcher. So I'd rather face Jeff Reed, who's a 250 hitter. Here's a pitch from Cone, and that worked out. It's a fly ball left field, can of corn for the left fielder, Carrion. No runs, a hit, 1 left, and they leave a man in scoring position. Go to the bottom of the 7th. Bottom of the 6th, excuse me. These numbers are super small on these Digi Dugout score sheets. Mackey Sasser leading off against Jack Armstrong. He's got a couple of arms warming up in the bullpen, and it's a 32, which will be a pop-up around the plate, and the catcher calls off Armstrong and the third baseman and makes the catch. So Reed took control and made the catch. Here's Kevin Elster now with a 13, and that will be a fly ball left field in the gap, and after it is Griffey, and he gets to it. And here's David Cone with 2 outs. He will bat, 21, strike 3. No runs, no hits, 3 up, 3 down. We go to the top of the 7th now. All right, so Benzinger is going to pinch hit David Cone against Todd Benzinger. He's a switch hitter batting lefty. Here's the pitch, and it's a 43, which will be a strikeout. Actually, it's a regular out, and it's a ground ball to the first baseman. So 1 down. Armstrong is now out of the game. He went 6 complete. Gave up 2 runs, excuse me. It's 3-2 the score. And here's Sabo against David Cone. And the pitch, it's a 51. That's going to be an error check on the second baseman. Second baseman Jeffries. Jeffries at second base makes the play. 2 down. And here is Larkin. Larkin with a 46 and a 15, and that's popped up. That's popped up to the right side, first baseman there in foul territory. And Magadan makes the play. 3 up and 3 down, easy inning for David Cone. We go to half, it's 7th inning stretch. Get to the concession. Keith Miller leads off against Dibble. Dibble is in there now, so 6 innings for Armstrong. Dibble's a B, and that's a 26, and against a lefty, that's a hit, but otherwise it's going to be a line out to right field. So Keith Miller drives one to the opposite field, but right there is O'Neill. So 1 down. Here's Magadan. He's a lefty, 25, and that'll be a ball hit right back to the mound. Dibble picks it up, throws them out. 2 down. And Greg Jeffries. Jeffries is 1 for 3 with a 55, and that's going to be a drive over the center fielder's head into second base with a 2-out double. Is Jeffries. That's his second double of the game. I wonder how many doubles he hit that season. Hit 40 doubles. No wonder. All right, and here's Darryl Strawberry. So he's a lefty, so I'm thinking of bringing in a lefty to face the lefty because he does get hits. He's got splits against righties. I'm going to leave Dibble in because he gives up very few home runs. So I'm going to leave Dibble in against Strawberry. And here's the pitch. And that is a 34, which will be a strikeout. So Dibble with a big pitch against Strawberry, and he gets him. No runs on one hit, a double. They strand Jeffries at second base. We go to the top of the 8th inning. Cone versus Eric Davis. It's going to be Davis, O'Neill, and Morris. And it's a 23, strike 3, and another strikeout. That is 8 for Cone. Next is Paul O'Neill. And O'Neill with a 24, and that's going to be a ground ball to first base. Easy pickings for Magadan with great range. Yeah, he has probably one of the best ranges at first base that I've seen. And next is Hal Morris. Here's the pitch. Oh, that's foul back. Yeah, souvenir for a lucky fan. Again, the pitch from Cone with a 64. Struck him out. Number 9 for Cone. No runs, no hits. 3 up, 3 down. We go to the bottom of the 8th, 3-2 Reds at Shea Stadium. So Dibble is going to stay in there. He's going to face Howard Johnson. And here's the pitch, and that's going to be a 14, which is going to be a fly ball center field. Right there is Davis, 1 down. Mark Carrion is next. Boston is going to come in. Daryl Boston's going to pinch hit here in the bottom of the 7th, so they call Carrion back to the bench, and they send out Boston. Here's the pitch from Dibble. It's a 35, and that's going to be a strikeout. 2 down. Next is Mackey Sasser, a lefty. I'd like to pinch hit for him as well. Oh, no, actually, no, not. I'm not going to pinch hit for a lefty. Actually, I want a lefty there. Okay, so here's a pitch at 36, and that's a strikeout to end the inning. So 3 strikeouts for Dibble, and we're probably going to see Myers in that last inning so he can pick up his 22nd save of the season. All right, so it's Cone against Griffey here in the top of the 9th. It's 3-2 Reds. Here's the pitch, and that's a 55. That will be a ground ball to short. Nice play by Elster over to first, and they get Griffey. Griffey did not have a good batting average. Here's Mariano Duncan, who's got a couple of hits today, and he's going to get another one. Single up the middle and through. So Mariano Duncan with his 3rd hit of the day. Here's Jeff Reed, and that's going to be it for Coney. He is done. All right, so John Franco comes in to face Reed. Here's the pitch from Franco. It's a 53 and a 5. Oh, it just missed me in a strikeout. So it's going to be a range check on the shortstop. Shortstop Elster is a shortstop of a 7, so he'll get to that ball. Goes to second for 1, back to first. Double play. 1 pitch, 2 outs. John Franco comes up huge, and no runs, 1 hit, nobody left. We go to the bottom of the 9th inning. Myers is coming in. Randy Myers. All right, it's Randy Myers. He's an A pitcher versus Elster. Here's a pitch. That's a 14, and that'll be a fly ball left field. Right there is Griffey, 1 down. Next is pinch hitter Kevin McReynolds. He's got good power. He hit 24 home runs. And Myers doesn't give up a lot of home runs, but he gives up some. So it's 3-2 Reds. Let's see if Randy Myers can pick up his 22nd save. Here's the pitch, and that is a 63, which will be a strikeout. So a big K for Randy Myers. Reynolds heads back to the bench and shaking his head, not happy. And here's Keith Miller leading off with 2 outs. So the Mets are down to their last out. Here's the pitch, and that's going to be the ball game. Struck him out, and that ends the game. Myers picks up his 22nd save, a win. I think it's 7-3 for Armstrong. He picks up a win with 6 innings pitch. Dibble does a hold, and it's a final score 3-2 Reds over the Mets at Shea Stadium. So it was an excellent game. Okay, so it's going to be 3 runs, 9 hits, and no errors for the Reds. 2 runs, 7 hits, and no errors for the Mets. Armstrong wins it. I believe he's 7-3. I know it's Myers gets his 22nd save. And the Reds continue in first place. This is Tony Porter, Cards and Dice TV. Remember to like and subscribe to my channel. And remember to join Universal Facebook Association, my brain went blank. Universal Baseball Association Facebook group. Take care, guys.